Welcome back, crew. Here is some photos of the completed anchor sail, also known as a riding sail. This helps keep a straight pull on the anchor, and it keeps the swaying of the boat at anchor down to a minimum, which makes it more comfortable to sleep on. Next, we'll be going into how we made it. Alright, crew, we're working on my design of a riding sail for a small boat, particularly designed for our Venture of Newport 23, and this one is designed to be cut out of 1 yard of fabric. Here's our plans. If you can see it, I might have to just do it on this computer. We got 4 triangle panels, and then I was able to kind of do this on like Fusion 360 and get the measurements for these cutouts, which they're a little too accurate, like 86.11 degrees, which we're gonna just round them up or try to get them close. For the fabric, we're using a Top Gun birch color. I believe this is a coated Dacron material, which I believe this is what Sailrite uses for their kits, but their kits are a little bigger than this one will be. Square footage wise, they'll be bigger. So we'll just have to lay this roll out and start plotting these triangle pieces on there. We are going to add some measurements to it. Since I want to leave this as big as possible, when we roll hems and fold them, we're going to lose some size, so I'm going to add those to the triangle pieces to maximize the sail size. You wouldn't have to, you could do it and then just hem it and lose an inch. After some attempts, looks like I'm gonna have to omit the seam allowances and just shrink the sail a little bit. Just not able to get it lined up well enough. Like on the computer you can easily do it, but here it's a little harder. Alright, crew, so we were talking about having to shrink the riding sail to make it all fit. And looking back, I think that was the wrong choice. So the issue I was having was I was using a pretty aggressive marker to actually put the lines on the canvas because it has a vinyl coating, and it was hard to erase them and then reposition. In hindsight, what I should have done is made cardboard templates and then just done the individual cardboard templates, and I could have rotated them around, flipped them, and done what I had to do to get it fit well. If I would have done that, I could have left the seam allowances on and not shrank it, but at 1 in the morning I made a bad decision. So you'll see coming up here, instead of having seam allowance to where they'll sit over, I had to butt them on and then put a piece over that on both sides to give it the strength. Well, looks like there's a lot of extra material, but when I tried to figure it out on the Fusion 360 to try to get it to work, it didn't seem like there was a way with these bigger panels. But looking at it now, maybe I could have went a little bigger. I do got enough material to make plenty of corner reinforcements. There'll be just 2 or 3 triangles on every corner stacked up for extra strength. Now I didn't do any seam allowances, so now I'm gonna have to make 3 2-inch strips out of this piece, and I will use them to attach the segments together. And I'm gonna do it on both sides for strength. Here we are, crew. We're marking the, I guess, seam allowance. Yeah, let's call it that. We're gonna do 1 inch. I cut 3 strips, 2 inches a piece, and I'll just go in between here and then sew it back together. We're gonna do one on the top and one on the bottom for strength. And next time I do this, if I ever do it, seam allowances. And my cut lines aren't perfect, but it's good enough. Line it up right there. Strike. 1-inch line. So we did that to all 4 pieces. We'll put basting tape down and we'll go from there. Okay, I put some basting tape on. Tried to line them up. We're gonna put a temporary staple in there to keep it from pulling apart. Okay, that's so we can butt it instead of using the lines on the other side because I won't be able to see it. I'll just butt it up to the seam as best as I can. Put on some basting tape real quick, right onto the strip. I'm gonna press it down really good. Okay, and then that little extra tail right there, we're just gonna trim that off later. Go. Got all the pieces on now. Trim off these edges. We'll probably finish these edges later. We'll have to get it sewed. Probably do maybe 4 rows of stitches. It's been a while, crew, but bringing back the scurvy fighter. This one's a Moscow Mule, but it's got lime juice in it, so cheers. Huh. Ran out of thread right at the end. Like, you can't get that better timed. do some more trimming. There's the gist of it. We'll put some corner supports in. I'm gonna make it's a support patch. It's probably got a technical name, but I can't remember it. I've already done some of the other ones. 2 patches, basically. Here's my scrap piece. Trying to maximize what I have left. And typically it'll be 10 inches going from the center of the triangle over, then 2 inches down to this other patch. 10 inches up. To the 7. Every corner gets one. Already done. So we'll sew them on. So more basting tape. That'll be perfect. Just a little on the edges. Keep her steady while you sew. Match up mark. There we are. We'll just sew around here, and then we'll take a line there to get that patch triangulated as well. And we got this line here. I'm just going to strike it just with a removable ink, just to give me a guide kind of. I'll just put my foot on the edge of it. I'm sure so on the inside of that. Go. Trim the edges, but we'll just do that 2 more times, and then our support patches will be done. I cut these corners. It's going to make this edge a little easier to work with. We're using a 1/2 inch because I ordered this for sail bags, I ordered the larger one. I wasn't supposed to, so I have 60 feet of the stuff, so I might as well use it up. It's a lot of layers to go through. I'll just do it to the other 2 corners and call it good. Here we're going to put on the bias ply tape. This protects the raw edge. They do make sewing machine attachments that feed the bias ply tape as you sew, but I unfortunately don't have one, so I'm going to do the basting tape method. The binding tape comes flat. I will fold it in the center, hit it with a flat hot iron to get a nice hard crease. Then I put basting tape on both sides, peel back the paper, put the writing sail in the center, and eyeball it the best I can. Then I stick it to the sail with some pressure. After that, I take it to the machine and sew it down. Alright, well, we got the edging on. It was kind of a pain at first. I tried where I taped it, and with this real big stuff, it's hard to get it centered, so I ended up ripping all that basting tape off and just kind of forcing it in the machine. It was a lot easier that way on this bigger stuff, and since there's only the corners that are curved, it was easier than if it was a continuous curve. So then we put on this strap here, one loop there, over here, and 4 rows of zigzag stitching, heavily back stitch there to really hold it. So I'm just gonna put the other 2 on, and then we'll do the jib hanks. I'm just gonna put some basting tape on the ends. Leave the middle open because we don't want no adhesive where our loop's gonna be. And you don't have to run all the way, just probably there. It's probably good. It's probably good. Halfway point just for reference. Obviously, it'll be perfect. Just get it. We'll just have it close. I like to staple it just to kind of hold it straight like so. Just out here on the edge where I don't plan to sew, just to keep her from shifting while I twist it around the sewing machine. So I'm going to go to here.
I'll just remove the staples. They're not in very well. There. And that blue will come off. It's just colored chalk. That thing's not coming apart. Next, we're going to put on these. So you put the screw there, threads it over here, and then this on the cable, the way it's shaped. If the cable's going up and down, you'd have to twist the sail, put it on, and then it'll go like that. So it's quick. There's no springs or nothing, and they're cheap. This is just a small riding sail. They don't want to put too much money into it. So we got our hole marked where we want it. We probably have to pry it open a little bit because it's tight. I put it on the wrong side, but yeah, I used the smaller bias ply here on this back just because it could fit into that little bitty opening there, so it wasn't too much bulk where the screw needs to go. Okay, you could probably pre-punch the hole with an awl, but I think if you just put some muscle on, you'll get it. There it goes. It'll be crazy tight, but definitely a snug. Anyways, put one there, we'll put one over there. That's it.